Hi friends, this is the third part of the second chapter in CFA level 1 fixed income, and we were talking about structured financial instruments. Now the third type of structured financial instrument is participation instrument. So participation instruments are just like floating rate notes. They obviously don't offer any type of capital protection, and the coupon also fluctuates on the basis of the market. And the fourth financial instrument, structured financial instrument, is leveraged instrument. In a leveraged instrument is just like an inverse floater, where when interest rate increase, the coupon rate decrease, and when interest rate decrease, coupon rate increase. Why such thing happens? Because in leveraged instruments, the coupon is structured something like maybe 6% minus 1.2 of 90-day Libor. Now imagine that 90-day Libor increases. In that case, 1.2 into 90-day Libor will increase, and when this is subtracted from 6%, the overall coupon on the leverage instrument decreases. Generally, a minimum rate is applied so that you don't have spurious results, and coupon rate is above zero, which is pretty basic. Now there are some short-term funding alternatives which are available to banks, which they generally use to raise money from the market. First is certificate of deposit or CDs. So these are interest-bearing instruments that mature on specific dates, and pre-redemption attracts penalty. These cannot be sold because these are certificate of deposits. These are non-negotiable instruments. Non-negotiable means if I buy those, I can't sell those into the market. And negotiable CDs are sellable, but they are sold at a very wholesale level. So the ticket size of such CDs would be very huge. Only those kind of CDs can be sold in the market. Other CDs are non-negotiable, non-transferable, non-sellable. Central bank fund market. Central bank fund market is a market where banks borrow from each other from their excess reserves which are maintained at the central bank. Central banks. So if I have to give you an example, some banks are required to maintain certain reserves with RBI, and suppose I am a bank, I need some money to maintain my liquidity. So what I would do, I would ask the other bank to take out some reserve which they have kept at RBI and lend it to me. So that is what central bank fund market is. Naturally, these funds attract central bank fund rate. Now, third thing is interbank funds. So in interbank funds, one bank lends to other from its own books. So this is very important part where you have to be clear about things. So central bank fund market is where the excess reserve which a bank keeps at RBI, those funds are being used to pay to another bank. But in the interbank fund market, the money which is there with one bank from its own book, it gives to the other bank. So this is a very small difference which you should keep in mind. Rest is very self-explanatory. Very important topic from the chapter, and perhaps the most testable item from the chapter is repurchase agreement and risk associated with them. So in a repurchase agreement, it is an arrangement between one party in which one party sells security to the counterparty with a commitment to buy it back at a later date at a specified higher price. Now try to understand this, that suppose I have a remote and I need some money. So what I'll do, I'll just give it to someone and take some money. So he'll give me money on the basis of the value of the remote. So suppose the remote value is 100 rupees. So he'll charge some haircut is being charged, so that in future if the value of the remote falls in the market, he is safe. So suppose value of the remote is 100 rupees, he'll charge a haircut of 60 rupees and he'll give me 60 rupees for that same remote. And after some time, if I want my remote back, I'll have to pay him some extra amount. So this extra amount which I'm paying is essentially the interest which is being charged to me on the remote. So this arrangement which I explained to you just now. It is a repurchase agreement. A repurchase agreement is an arrangement in which one party, which was me in this case, sells a security. The security was remote to a counterparty. Counterparty was a person to whom I was selling the remote, with the commitment to buy it back at a later date at a specified higher price. I told you about the specified higher price. The extra amount which I was paying, the repurchase price is naturally higher than the buying price and accounts for the lending interest being charged from the borrower. Just like I said, जो extra amount जो मैं pay कर रहा हूँ is essentially the interest part in those bonds, in that agreement. The rate implied is called repo rate. Repo agreement for 1 day is called overnight repo, and for a longer period is called term repo. The difference between the market value and the amount loaned या lent is called repo margin or the haircut. लास्ट लाइन इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जो मार्केट वैल्यू है और जो मैं लोन दिया इसमें जो डिफरेंस है वो हेयरकट कहलाता है या रेपो मार्जिन कहलाता है. रिमोट जैसे मैंने बताया इसकी मार्केट वैल्यू 100 रुपये थी, बट मुझे लोन 60 रुपये का 60 रुपीज़ का ही मिला. सो दिस डिफरेंस ऑफ 40 रुपीज़ इज़ द हेयर कट और द रेपो मार्जिन विच द लेंडर हैज़ अप्लाइड टू द सिक्योरिटी. Now this is a very important topic. Now we'll discuss some factors which affect the repo rate or how the repo rate in a repurchase agreement can vary. Okay, so the first factor is longer repo term. So if the repo term is long, the risk which the lender is carrying is for a longer term. So naturally the interest that he'll charge will be higher. So if the longer repo term, higher repo rate. Second factor is higher credit quality of collateral. So instead of giving him a remote as a security, if I had given gold as a security, naturally the risk which the lender will be carrying will be less, and naturally the repo rate that he'll charge from me would be less. So this is the second factor. Third factor is collateral security lies with the lender. So suppose I have a car. I bought a car from some retail store. I purchased the car. I took a loan for that car. Okay. If I've taken loan for the car, I don't keep that car with the bank. I use that car, right? If I'm using that car for myself, essentially the bank has lent me or given me loan on the security which is not with them, right? कार तो मैं चलाऊंगा ना, दैट वोंट स्टे विद द बैंक. सो नेचुरली बैंक विल चार्ज हायर रेपो रेट. एंड नाउ टेक अनदर केस. सपोज आई हैव गोल्ड. आई गो टू बैंक फॉर लोन. आई गिव द गोल्ड टू द बैंक एंड आस्क देम टू गिव मी मनी. नाउ द सिक्योरिटी इज लाइंग विद द लेंडर इन दिस केस इज बैंक. सो नेचुरली दे आर मोर सिक्योर and that's why they'll give me lower repo rate. Okay, so that's the third factor. Now the fourth factor is when alternative sources have higher interest rate. Now what this means, so imagine that you are a borrower. You went to every bank possible in this country to take loan, but none of those banks were interested. Now the natural destination which you'll go to for securing loan would be NBFCs. Okay, so NBFCs by virtue of it will charge a higher repo rate because they know that all the alternative sources that you went to didn't pay any heed, and now you don't have any alternative source from which you can borrow money. So naturally you will have higher repo rate. Now the last topic in this chapter, and perhaps another important topic, is effect on repo margin and the factors which affect on repo margin. How the repo margin or the haircut which you talked about is affected by virtue of some factors. So first factor is longer repo term. So if the repo term is long, which means the tenure of the loan is long, naturally the margin or the haircut which will be applied on the security will be high. Why this is so? Because when the term is long, the lender wants to secure himself. He doesn't want to have any kind of loss in the market later. Latest anything can happen, so he wants to mitigate his loss as much as possible. That's why if the repo term is long, the repo margin or the haircut will also be higher. Second factor is credit quality of the collateral. If the collateral's credit quality is very good, if I am very secure as a lender कि ठीक है, the security which is giving to me, the collateral is giving to me is good, has good quality, then the margin which I'll apply on the haircut which I'll apply to the security will be less. Credit quality of the borrower. This is very simple. That if you have a good CIBIL score, naturally you'll get a higher loan amount at a cheaper rate, because the lender is much more secure implicitly that this person won't default, so I can give him higher amount, and naturally and accordingly the security which I'll have will attract a lower haircut. The fourth factor is when the collateral is high in demand or low in supply. Uh, Suppose I go to a bank and I give them a security of Kohinoor Hira. I'm just giving a very hypothetical example. I give them Kohinoor as a security and I say, ki, okay, give me 100 crore rupees on the basis of this collateral. So this collateral is very ubiquitous, very unique, and not available very easily. So naturally, the lender knows that this type of collateral is very unique and will increase in its value over the period of time, because it is very high in demand or very low in supply. In this case, it would be low in supply because Kohinoor तो एक ही है. There's no other Kohinoor, and demand भी high है. If artifacts की market में will go to sell Kohinoor, I don't know what very huge amount of demand will be there for it, and very huge prices people would be willing to pay for it. So I would apply a very lower margin because I know I am very secured as a lender in this case. So these were the few things that you have to keep in mind regarding this chapter. This chapter is very easy and perhaps the most easiest chapter in level 1. Straightforward chapter, nothing more to think about. It's very easy. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe, obviously. And I'll try to put the link of the PPT in the description, so that if you want to go back and study, you can use it as a reference and learn from it. If there's any correction which you feel maybe if I have miscommunicated, although I try my best to communicate the right things, if I did by any chance and you notice it, you can put it in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.